like, don't be afraid of being alone. At first, I I wasn't like afraid, but I just didn't want to face myself, like face my literally like just what I was doing, like my truth, like during the time when I was into alcohol a lot and doing drugs. I didn't I never was alone during that time because I just it made me just get all caught up even more, and then just like all these things. It was just like a whole mess. And even after that, when I stopped, I didn't want to like really face reality and just like take care of myself, you know? And I didn't like, want to reflect either and say, I fucked up with this, which I like knew, I was fucking up, but it's like, okay, what are we going to do now? What are we going to work on now? How are we going to improve? How are we going to grow? How are we going to move on from this, and learn from it, you know? And it took me a while, but now I'm here, and I love alone time. Like before, I've always kind of chilled by myself. I've always been alone, but I didn't know how to use that time. I didn't know what to do. Like I was just there, like, okay, which I didn't mind, but it's like before I just like say, yeah, I really wouldn't like, what would I do? Maybe like just like watch a movie by myself or like, you know, but once I started to like, okay, what can I do? Like, what this alone time, like, what, which you can do different activities, fun, this, and that. But if you haven't already, like, connect with yourself. Meditating is great, like, really look inward. Like, how are you feeling? You know, stop relying on others to be there for you. Like, when you're hanging out, like, why are you hanging out with other people right now? Are you going out just partying and all that shit? Are you, gossiping? Do you rely on them for some advice or, stuff like that? And if you are like, or just for them to take care of you, I don't know, like to make you feel good, I don't know, support you or something like that. Stop relying on all that stuff from them, like give yourself all of that. Like, even if you do have like supportive friends, that's great. It's fine. But do you support yourself? Like, they can support you, that's great and all, but like, do you really support yourself, And if you don't, I'm not saying like if you do have those supportive friends, like that's great. But maybe like tell them, hey, I need some time alone, like to really just connect with myself, just like, recharge or whatever. And hey, some people really do find that like, what would I say, like offensive, or like just be like, you don't want to be my friend no more or something like that. And if they're like that, then they're not real friends. Just cut them off. Like, okay, bye, But some will understand because, like we should all understand if you do have friends or not. I mean, well, if you do, and then you tell them like, hey, I need my time, my alone time. Because see, then those that don't want to like separate from you, it's like they can't be alone. You know what I'm saying? And then because another friend might tell that to you, like, hey, I need my time, this, and that. And you should be understanding of that too. Because if you are always hanging out with people, or stuff like that, it's good to have that you time once in a while. Connect with yourself. I mean, you should have it like every day. Literally, like during the first hour, like that you wake up, it should really be like you time, like I take it like that's my time, like, and what I mean like by my time, it's like I'm not on my phone, because being on your phone by yourself, like that's not really you time. You're just there scrolling, doing I don't fucking know what, But like, connecting with me, connecting with my body. I've been doing some like yoga in the morning. I literally just YouTube it. I do like a different video every day. So, I'm still kind of getting the hang of it, but it feels really good. Like it's like not straight going into like exercising, but like first connecting with myself, like focusing like on my breath, just acknowledging my parts, like just really appreciating my body for all it does, stuff like that. Journaling, write down your dreams. I have a dream journal, and then I have just a journal where I write how I'm feeling, writing down some affirmations, writing down how thankful, how grateful you are. Reading, that's great too, because, it's like you're feeding your mind, just reading something, it's good for you. And what else do I do? Make my juices. I love making my juices. Like, it's just, especially because, I'm going to drink the juice. Like, it's great for my body. It's going to help my body parts. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all of that is like you time, doing just different things for you, helping yourself out, and just connecting with yourself, doing things. And like, I used to draw a lot before too, and I stopped for hella years. And well, I was thinking, like, again, when I was just like chilling by myself, I'm like, dude, like, what haven't I done in a while that, because it's like I used to do that way back when, like before I was like going out and doing all that shit. And, drawing made me happy. Like, I loved sketching down. That was like another way to express myself, you know? And I started doing it again because it's just, like things that you do, it's kind of like expressing yourself in some way, because like journaling is expressing yourself, you know, like drawing and stuff like that. Even sometimes like what you read, what you want to read is kind of like what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, I know like currently I'm on like self improvement type of books because that's what I'm like focusing on right now, Sometimes it's like I just want to read just something like, let's say like a memoir or something like that, and that's just because, I just want to like see, like, maybe like if one seems like I'm connecting with it, just finding some type of like connection, but like seeing how they worked with like a certain situation and stuff like that. Like I did one where when I was like quitting drinking and stuff. What was I talking on? I think I was talking on like doing stuff like what you're feeling on, what you're currently feeling on. Well, I think I was on books. I kind of remember what I was talking about. But like, yeah, when I like quit drinking and doing drugs, I was more into books on what, like on addiction books and stuff like that, on like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, think about what are you going through right now and see two things that will help you through that, like those, reading about that, seeing how other people did it, how they, transformed their life after alcoholism or after doing drugs, like, or what they did to help themselves after that, you know? And I kind of do want to get into that a little bit just because, I did do drugs and I did have an alcohol problem. I do believe I did, you know, and before I thought I didn't, that it was just, normal, everybody drink like that. But it's an issue if you're drinking excessively. And I was drinking a lot for a lot of years. Let me know. Comment down below if you guys want me to talk more about it. Are you guys interested in those topics? I think I might, just because of some, well, I don't want to get into it, but